Hey Doug, Sean here. So,
Hi, Sean.
how you doing?
Great.
Okay, so buying real estate, 2010. I'm getting a number of buyers and family and friends and everybody else that my wife meets with, that my wife knows, and I'm sure you're getting this a lot.
hmm
People asking for 2010, or I guess this kind of happens a lot, but buying real estate, should I wait? What are you talking to people about who are asking you, should I wait to buy?
Yeah, it's always, as you know, it's difficult to predict the future. That somebody that maybe bought 2 years ago kind of are telling themselves, "Oh, daggone, if I only waited a couple years, I could have maybe got this place for less." But number one, none of us have a crystal ball. We don't know that what the values are actually going to do.
Okay.
Correct? So.
Okay. Yeah.
I think most of the people, I just tell them, what's your situation? Come on, let's talk about it. Why do you want to move? What got you to this point that you're even asking this question?
Okay.
And let's figure out if it makes sense. Um,
How do you
I
figure?
guess
How
my
are you figuring out if it makes sense to them?
Yeah, and that's a good reason. For example, my job, it looks like I'm going to get a raise next year. Well, maybe you could qualify for a bigger house that way, so maybe that's a good idea to wait.
Okay.
But then again, I'm telling my people, hey, look, we're pretty sure that there's going to be some sort of inflation coming up.
Okay.
If not here in the next 6 months, towards the last half of the year, and that means that relates to some higher prices, depending on what price range you're buying in for homes. And then, of course, we always have the question mark of interest rates. Interest rates are historically low now, so if now you think you want to
Okay.
buy, why not take advantage of those rates? Don't you think I think that's pretty much common sense right there.
Yeah. I mean, I
Um,
think you have explained that to me a lot. How interest rates on loans for houses are affected by like the bond market and stuff. So it's
oh, yeah, yeah,
isn't that
and I guess, yeah, now that brings up something that I am telling my people. The news on the inside news on the industry right now is that the Federal Reserve is currently buying these mortgages that are being created right now for what happens, as you know, Sean, that you get a mortgage, the company you get the mortgage from takes that mortgage and basically sells it on the open market, and right now there is many buyers for mortgages, and so the Federal Reserve is stepping in buying these mortgages, and that has the effect of holding the rates down low.
okay?
Well, the news is, I just read an article yesterday about the minutes of the meeting in December at the Federal Reserve,
Hmm.
and the majority of the presidents of the regional Federal Reserves are saying they're going to quit buying these mortgages as of the end of March. And if that happens, nobody has any clue of who's going to step in and replace the Federal Reserve. And of course, if there's no demand for people buying mortgages, that means the rates are going to have to go up. So I guess I'm telling my buyers, if
Okay.
I'm betting the rates are going to go up.
Okay.
Now, we don't know for sure, but if the rates are going to go up substantially, and I'm thinking substantially by 1% or more by sometime in May, so why not take advantage of them now? So.
So you say like 1% or more. Remind me again, because I think for most people, like they don't really have an idea. What would that make a difference in a
Oh, you're
monthly
testing my, yeah,
monthly
yeah.
payment?
How much is that per thousand, for example?
Isn't it
And
like
again,
$10 per thousand or something like that? It's
yeah, let me.
on a 30-year loan. You probably got like one of those little calculators or something.
Yeah, I got my little calculator. Let's
Like if
just.
I wanted to buy a $200,000 house and I got what, let's say I got like a 5.5% loan now
Mm-hmm.
versus if I got a 6.5% loan, like if I
Yep.
waited 6 months. I mean, we
Well,
don't know. It could be a year. I don't know. I guess
yeah.
I'm wondering. I don't see rates going much lower. I don't know if they can go much. Can they go
No,
much
no,
lower?
they can't go any lower, and because they're bouncing off of zero on the Fed funds borrowing rate right now.
Okay.
But for example, this is a good rule of thumb for you to use, Sean, when you're talking to people. 6%
Huh?
rate on a 30-year mortgage is $6 per thousand.
Okay.
right? So a 5% loan is $5.30 per thousand. So the difference between 5 and 6 is 70 cents per thousand. So if
Okay.
you borrow 200,000
Uh-huh.
times 70 cents, right? That's
Okay.
$140 a month
At
difference.
1%.
Difference in 5 to 6.
Okay.
So that's
From
140
5.
bucks, and the question becomes, why spend 150 bucks more just because you want to wait until May or June or something?
Because 140
Now,
bucks, I mean, if most people stay in a house for 5 to 7 years,
mm-hmm,
that's going to
mm-hmm.
be like $140 a month times 60 months. That's going to be
Yeah,
like eight,
or
nine
yeah, or
thousand.
a lot of cups of latte, you know.
Right. Okay. So
Um,
interest rates is one. You're talking about inflation, higher inflation, back to higher inflation. You're talking about higher inflation leading to higher overall prices in
home
the market?
prices. Yeah, the prices might be going up slightly.
Okay.
The home market is a little bit different in inflation than the regular price levels of food and gas and stuff, but
Okay.
some of the experts are predicting that that could happen. So that remains to be seen. But I think the biggest deal is that interest rate, lock it in and go for it and get a good rate.
So if people said if I don't know if people have said this to you then, Doug, why I'll just wait till 2011 or
mm-hmm,
2012. I
mm-hmm,
mean,
mm-hmm.
what do you say to
Oh,
people that are that far out?
well, then let's get into why you would want to. Do you want to take advantage of the current stimulus that the government's put on for first-time home buyers and for current homeowners?
Okay.
So we could definitely go into, talk about that. I do talk about that. $8,000 for a first-time home buyer.
Okay.
If they close, I think it's closed before the end of June. I have a chart here somewhere.
Okay.
And
Do you want me to put
then,
that? I think we found that. Do you want me to put that up now?
yeah, just put that
And
chart
we'll
up.
and
And
we'll
current,
post it. We can post it on the
yeah, good idea.
on our
'Cause
website.
yeah, it's one of the better charts I found.
Okay.
And I hand that out to all my people, so you should probably print that out too for yourself when you're meeting with your buyers.
Because it's
Have them look
different.
that over.
It's different depending on if it's your principal residence and how long you've lived there, and probably
Yeah,
partly your tax bracket. I mean, you kind of have to.
Yeah.
Your accountant obviously would know that, but this is from the National Association of Realtors, right? So
Yeah,
they're kind
that's a
of
good chart.
they can vouch for that
Yeah.
chart anyway. Okay.
So
Okay.
that would be the other reason not to wait, is because those incentives are there now. So if you do qualify for one of those, either current homeowner or first-time home buyer, that would be another reason to buy now.
Okay. Okay.
And then of course now we're talking, why should I wait till maybe I should wait till next year? Well, maybe your current lifestyle can't afford that if you have a baby coming, or you're downsizing because of the you're downsizing because you're an empty nester. See where I'm going
Okay.
with that?
Okay.
So there's a lot of different factors. Why should I be in this big 5-bedroom home when really all I need is a 2-bedroom townhome?
Right.
And so there's some of those things. But in some cases, it might be better to wait and just see what the market brings
Okay.
for next year if you're happy with the house you're in, and maybe you don't qualify for some of these stimulus tax credits.